Some special groups we'd like to recognize. Secretary will read two resolutions.
Senate Resolution 97 by Senators Thompson the 14th, Huffstetler the 52nd, Heath of the 31st, and others. A resolution recognizing and commending Garrett Jarris and for other purposes. Whereas Garrett Jarris has withstood life-changing obstacles, and whereas he has demonstrated a commitment to excellence in his academics at Cartersville High School and is a member of the Cartersville High School football team, whereas in the summer of 2016, Garrett miraculously survived a terrible car accident, and whereas Garrett lost his leg as a result of the accident but has defied expectations in his ability to rise above this life-altering tragedy, propelling his mind, body, and spirit on a positive path to move forward. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Senate that the members of this body recognize and commend Garrett Jarris for his courage and perseverance in the face of tragedy and extend their most sincere best wishes for success in his future endeavors. And Senate Resolution 98 by Senators Thompson the 14th, Huffstetler the 52nd, Heath of the 31st, and others, a resolution recognizing and honoring Olivia Glenn for her constant strength and hope throughout her battle with pediatric cancer and for other purposes, whereas Olivia was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma at the age of 11 years old, a rare childhood bone cancer, and as a result of the extreme chemotherapy treatment, she developed acute myeloid leukemia the following year, and whereas Olivia has endured more than 4 surgeries in addition to at least 5 types of chemotherapy, and whereas despite these challenges, Olivia will celebrate her 13th birthday on Valentine's Day while maintaining her high spirits and contagious laughter, and whereas Olivia continues to raise awareness for childhood cancer, now therefore be it resolved by the Senate that the members of this body join in recognizing and honoring the bravery and inspiration Olivia Glenn has exhibited as she champions the fight against childhood cancer. That concludes the order.
Is there objection to adoption of the resolution? The chair hears none, and the resolution is adopted. It is always a great honor to have individuals that have persevered to endure great challenges in their own lives, and the ability for the Senate to recognize wonderful heroes and God's great strength. I call upon the distinguished senator from the 14th to recognize our 2 special guests and the members present. Senator.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get your attention just for a couple of minutes? I know we've got a lot of business, but this is a special time right now, especially on Valentine's Day, so just listen up if you can. So ladies and gentlemen of the Senate and all of you watching via the screens, today's Valentine's Day, and I cannot think of a better way to kick off the day than to share a story with you that will grab your heart. It truly is a very special day for me as I have the privilege to honor 2 incredibly brave teenagers from Bartow County. As you will quickly see, the words bravery and courage can't be any better displayed than through these 2 young people's lives. So again, please listen up and grab a tissue. It was a short time ago that we honored Cartersville Hurricane football team for continuing their undefeated season en route to yet another championship. But as Paul Harvey used to say, here's the rest of the story. You see, Garrett Jarris was driving on a Bartow County road back on June 2nd, and he lost control of his vehicle and hit a tree, completely destroying his truck and nearly taking his life. Fortunately, another driver immediately stopped, and along with EMS, they were able to save this young man's life. They saved Garrett's life, but they were unable to save his crushed leg. We would all understand if Garrett became an angry teenager and withdrew into obscurity, but not this young stud. A charismatic personality and a strong will to fulfill the life that the Lord planned for him is his passion. They said he may battle depression, but look at this kid's smile. They said he may not walk again, but here he stands on stage with us. Finally, they said he may not play again, but Garrett says, oh yes I will. Play for the Cartersville football team that we just honored back-to-back championships. If I were a betting man, I wouldn't bet against this young man. Then there's this sweet little girl sitting behind me. Then I want to start with saying, Olivia, happy 13th birthday today. She'd always been the epitome of health, brightening a room with her infectious smile. Then in June of 2014, life took a turn. She noticed a small lump under her right arm and asked her parents to take a look. Their family doctor referred her to a surgeon that removed the lump and sent the biopsy away as a simple precautionary measure. Unfortunately, the tumor turned out to be diagnosed as Ewing sarcoma, which is an adolescent cancer of the bone. Their whole world was turned upside down with this surprise announcement. After meeting with Dr. George at Aflac Cancer Center, the cancer was determined to be in the soft tissue of her right arm. She endured a total of 4 surgeries and 10 months of intense chemotherapy, which took an incredible toll on this sweet young lady's body. Liv, as she is often referred to, was pretty much sick the entire time. Once the required time had passed, a CT scan was performed, and the words clear or cancer-free were declared that April. That is until the weekend of November 1st. You see, she was attending her junior youth assembly here in Atlanta, where she presented her written bill to increase funding for childhood cancer drugs. She got sick the night before the final presentation and had to leave early to get checked out with her pediatrician again. After her final exam at Children's Hospital of Atlanta, or Scottish Rite, they delivered some very bad news. You see, she contracted AML, acute myeloid leukemia, most likely from the chemotherapy drugs that were used to treat her Ewing sarcoma. She spent extended time in ICU at the hospital fighting for her life as she was treated for various health problems stemming from AML. There were many nights that Olivia's family and friends and church sat by and prayed for her lifeless body and pleaded with the Lord to give her life. Don't get me wrong, the doctors were incredible, but Olivia is here today as a testament that miracles happen and God still answers prayers. In April, she received a bone marrow transplant and is once again cancer-free. I've known this sweet family for many, many years, and throughout this entire time, they have relied on Psalm 138. I will praise you, Lord, with all my heart. Before the gods, I will sing praises to you. Garrett, Olivia, both of you have experienced and endured life-changing events that many adults, let alone young people, would have simply given up. Not you. You both display an incredible level of positive determination, courage, tenacity that only can be explained through both of your public profession of your faith in Jesus Christ. You are an inspiration to every child in this state and far beyond, and I am excited to see what the Lord has in store for each of you as you live out life. I'd like to conclude with a simple poem that I wrote to both of you. Life has no guarantees and is often very unfair. Today we honor 2 young heroes that chose to avoid the snare. Both Garrett and Olivia endured life-threatening events. Neither would give up and were never content with allowing their struggles or their condition to be the determining factor for their situation. Your passion for life is not just a quick label, but a true testament to each of us that the Lord is able to use your terrible tragedy, demonstrating to quite a few that He is still in control. And for that, we thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. I think both of these want to speak. So, Garrett, you want to speak to the General Assembly for just a minute, the Senate body?
Hey, my name is Garrett, and I suffered a very bad time. And I'm not going to give up, and I love this Bible verse. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I just want to thank God for saving my life and thank the senator for having me up here.
Olivia's father, Matt.
Olivia's a little nervous, so she's asked me to speak for her. So I'm Matt, her father. And I didn't prepare notes for this, but I know that Jesus is my Savior. Jesus healed Olivia, and I'm thankful to Bruce and my community and my church, Jeremy, and so many other people in our community, and my family, and my beautiful wife, and my other daughter, Emma, who couldn't make it here because she couldn't get us some exams. So God bless you all, and please continue to remember all these kids, not just Olivia, but so many other kids that are fighting cancer. Thank you.